What are you hoping for from the night tonight?
Well, it's going to be, a landslide victory for President Donald Trump. This is, this is a buildup to, almost 2 years of working behind the scenes, getting the message of President Trump to the people through the noise of mainstream media, and reminding the people that we have a champion in the White House, why we elected him 4 years ago, and why tonight we're going to reelect him again as our 45th president of the United States of America. So this is a big day. As you can see, if my eyes are red, if you can see my eyes, really red. But everybody is working on tooth and nail. I just spoke to Laura Trump literally right before I came on set here. Everybody's really excited and ready for these results to start coming in. The polls close in a couple of hours here. The first polls close in a couple of hours. So we're ready for those numbers to start coming in our favor.
You have just spoken to the president before coming on to talk to us.
Spoke to Laura Trump, who was with the president right before I came on. Yes.
And what was said in that conversation?
Well, everybody's excited. This is go time. Again, like I said, everybody. So many volunteers, those that you see on TV, and then the countless of numbers of people you don't see on television. You never know their name, knocking on doors, reminding the people what the president has done. This is a massive machine that is built up to this day. And really the star of the show is President Donald Trump. He has ran a campaign back in 2016, and he's run pretty much the same campaign now. Promises made, promises kept. What he said he was going to do, he's done it. He's put 3 Supreme Court justices on the bench. That is massively huge. So hopefully we can overturn Roe v. Wade, to make it illegal or put more restrictions on killing innocent unborn babies.
That's what you hope will happen in a second Trump term, that Roe v. Wade will be overturned.
Absolutely.
Which would be turning back 40, 50 years of American history, wouldn't it?
Well, I can tell you this. It is a growing number of people on the left and even on the right who are realizing it's becoming too easy to abort children, especially those within the black community. You cannot tell me that black lives matter when black baby lives don't matter. Black unborn baby lives don't matter when we are the leading ethnic group that leads in an amount of abortions that take place every year. It is sad to say that there are more unborn babies, aborted babies in the state of New York alone than are born in the whole entire country of the United States of America. And so this is a major issue.
It's Sheila speaking here. I'm fascinated to know more about the role of a presidential pastor, because you must, just by nature of the relationship you have with the president, get to know some of his fears, some of his hopes, his, I guess, the state of his soul. You'll know as a pastor that the prayers, the Beatitudes, the meek shall inherit the earth, blessed are the poor in spirit, and all of that. He isn't a man who seems meek or poor in spirit in any way, shape or form, is he? So how do you reconcile the gentleness of the message of Jesus with Donald Trump, the Trump that certainly I see? Maybe you see a different one.
Sure. Well, I can tell you that there are many faces that Jesus presented in his life, in his birth, his death, and his resurrection and second coming. We understand that Jesus himself, even at one point, ran those that were selling inside the church, in the synagogue. He picked up a stick and he started screaming and yelling, getting those people out of the synagogue because they were abusing the church. You also see a Jesus who says right before he is crucified, Father, take this cup from me. I don't want to die for these people. They're not worthy. They don't. I don't want to die. They don't deserve this. But then he ended it by saying, "But Father, not as my will be done, but your will be done." Jesus had.
How does this link to Donald Trump? I'm just keen because he also said, "Suffer the children to come to me." He didn't say put them in cages and separate them from their parents, and that's what Donald Trump has done.
Well, again, I really wish the media would really educate themselves before they just start spitting out, knowledge, because we all understand that those cages didn't come from President Donald Trump. They came
I'm not talking about who built them. I'm talking about what Donald Trump did with them.
Donald Trump is doing exactly what Congress as afforded him to do. This is a Democrat issue with a Democrat Congress. That President Trump can't just make up laws. He can only abide those that are being created. He's challenged some of the laws, yes, and we're most definitely challenging the immigration issue. President Trump, nor do I or anybody wants to see children separated from their parents. But we do understand that there's so many children that do come over with coyotes that coming over here illegally, not by their parents. Go look at the numbers. Go look at
and
what
for people
the
who
FBI
don't know
is
coyote,
and a lot
just
of
for
those
our listeners,
are
for people
not
who don't know
coming over with
coyotes,
parents.
just for people who don't know what you mean when you say coyotes, you mean you're talking about gangs, drug gangs.
Absolutely. Yeah. It is a higher, we're looking at over 80% of children that come in over into America are not with their parents. And so this is a serious situation. And I thank God that President Trump and this current administration, unfortunately, is utilizing the rules that was established by a Democrat Congress, what President Obama and Vice President Joe Biden. So those cages came from them.
Pastor Burns, thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining us on LBC this evening. Sheila, did you notice how I stayed out of the Jesus chat there? Because I've had quite a lot of that this afternoon. I've been interviewing Cliff Richard.
You were interviewing Cliff Richard. No, but thank you so much for your time, Pastor. I am fascinated by that type of role. You think of having a confessor.
Well, Tony Blair had one, of course, didn't he? Father Michael Seed.
Oh, did he?
Except that it wasn't really made public because, of course, Alistair Campbell memorably said,
"We don't do God. We don't do God."